You've grown up in the forests of Stormwind your whole life, growing up on the McClure farm. Your family used to be bitter rivals of the Stonefields. Unfortunately, you found yourself falling deeply in love with one of the Stonefield boys, Tommy Joe. The two of you used to go sneaking around behind your family's back with the aid of your friends. You were able to do it pretty successfully, but you sneak around for long enough and eventually you will be caught. After a disastrous family feud, the love between you and Tommy Joe seemed to bring the two bitter families together after decades of distrust. Now the two families help each other when they can and often come together for meals and to discuss the future of the two farms. Your part of expanding the family business has been to supply the dairy to the Triaz Cheese Company in Stormwind City. And after showing a great interest in the business, they have made you the honorary apprentice of cheese, where you learn the intricacies of the process. Recently, your farm has been able to recruit a new farmhand, a night elf, from a faraway land. She has been helping out the two families, and in return, the McClures have allowed her to stay in the barn. And this is where we find Mabel and Nina enjoying a day of leisure, chilling in the McClure family barn. Nina, you've traveled across the Great Sea and made the pilgrimage from Menethil Harbor all the way to Stormwind. You don't see a lot of night elves in this area. You've been pretty much couch surfing your way through, picking up odd jobs where you can, thus what you're doing here. You've been helping out the McClures in the Stonefields for a few months, and their hospitality has been absolutely amazing. Tommy Joe walks into the barn and plops down next to Mabel. Man, I've never seen my mom so pissed.
What is she mad about?
I don't really know, but she has been slamming glasses of wine since noon. I finished my chores and had to get the hell out of there. What are you guys doing?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Slamming glasses of wine?
Hell yeah. Should we go join your mom?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Nah,
It could be fun.
She and I are buds. We crochet on the weekends.
Yeah, it could be so much fun.
And Mabel's dad walks into the barn.
What's up, Mr. Mabel?
Hey, guys. I'm just here for Nina. Ma Stonefield wants to see you.
All right. Let's go.
You go in and you see Ma sitting in the dining room
Okay.
and drinking a glass of wine, and she hears the door open and she gets a glass and then pours that for you. She pours you a glass of wine as soon as you walk in.
Oh, I definitely sit down next to her and grab the wine and put my feet up. Did Tommy do something?
No, it wasn't
Again?
Tommy.
Hmm.
It's something else, which is why you're here.
Me?
You didn't do anything
For
either.
some wine. Good old chat with your pal, right?
Yeah. I mean, first off, I just have to say thanks for all the help you've given us. It's always nice to get another farmhand around here.
No problem.
How long till you run off and do your next thing?
Well, I have no plans to move on yet, but probably won't be too long. Been kind of wanting to head a little, over to the coast.
Well, that's good for me, because of what I'm about to ask. I was wondering if I could give you a job that's a little more personal. Job that if you end up doing, you'd have to keep it between us for life. Or
Just us?
as long as you're here in Elwyn, anyways.
Not Tommy?
Rather not.
Not
I'd
Mabel?
rather none of the family know.
None of okay.
We want. I want clean ties here.
All
That's
right,
why I
Ma.
didn't tell anybody.
Lay it on me.
So, the Brackwell's prize-winning pig, Princess, got out, came over here, and ate all of my silverleaf. This is the third time that's happened, and I'm starting to think it's the reason.
Third time?
The third time. I'm starting to think it's the reason the pig has gotten so big in the first place. I wouldn't be surprised if they're letting it out on purpose. My silverleaf keeps the infirmary shelf stocked and keeps this farm alive. It's time for Princess to die.
Oh, God.
This isn't something I or anyone from my family can do. I can't afford another feud between farms. Do this for me, or find someone who will, and I'll give you a horse and some extra money to fuel your nomadic journey if it does continue.
First, what is silverleaf?
Silverleaf is a plant that they grow to make healing potions.
All right.
Yeah, so She has a garden of silverleaf, and she supplies that to the of Stormwind's infirmary and stuff.
All right. Second, I'm like a vegetarian, right? I'm like kind of against the whole killing animals thing.
Yeah, but this animal is preventing me from making medicine for people.
Make a strong case. Okay.
Yeah, I can figure this out. I think that's a good enough deal.
You will not see Princess again, and neither will they.
Okay.
That is my promise.
Well, good. Cheers.
Okay, do I know where the farm is?
Yeah, it's quite a distance away. It's probably like 6 miles to the east.
Oh, I like walking.
Yeah.
So I walk through the woods
Through the
towards
woods.
it. Yeah.
All right, cool. No roads or anything. Just kind of walk through the woods.
Yeah, I know the direction. I'm good. I'm good with directions.
Cool.
I just head towards it.
Sweet. All right.
I'm
Meanwhile,
comfortable in the woods.
Pringus, you are a proud holder of the Wildhammer name, and with that name, you've grown
I'm a
accustomed.
proud holder of the Wallhammer name.
And with that name, you've grown accustomed to certain luxuries that not a lot of other people can claim. The main one being your right of free passage through the skies on the back of the Wildhammer Griffins, a service not enjoyed by many. After the taming of the Griffins, the Wildhammers have spread their clan throughout the Eastern Kingdoms and offered this service to others, but it is an experience mostly given to the rich and powerful, of which the capital Stormwind has in plenty. The city is very prosperous, and the Wildhammer clan has given the king and a few of their advisors their very own griffins as an act of friendship. And so, your pilgrimage here was probably a lot more leisurely than others who had to make the trek on foot. Your home is in the mountains of the hinterlands far to the north, but you've traveled all the way down here to experience Stormwind City for yourself. Stormwind is a massive city built in the nook between a mountain and the sea. Massive stone walls surround the city, giving it quite the formidable defense from the main gate. The city is split up into multiple sections with water-filled canals between them. And in the back of the city sits a large castle sitting against the mountain. And on the northern end of the city, you can climb down to the shoreline to the city's harbor, where massive ships are docked. And you've kept hearing about this place called Goldshire Inn. You're not sure if it's supposed to be a strip club, a whorehouse, or just a bar with scandalous bartenders, but you've heard that they specialize in role play.
Sounds like the place to be.
I know.
Out of most of the things you've seen in Stormwind, it's definitely stood out as the most peculiar compared to the things you've seen on your journey to get here. And so you've decided to at least go check it out. You start leaving the city to go to Goldshire. Goldshire is just like the first town right outside of Stormwind. It's like 2 miles down the road. So on your way out of the city, you enter into the trade district, which is like the front section of the city, and you see that there is this human woman standing on a box in the town square. And she says, "All right, bozos, listen up. Gnolls have crossed the river and set up camp. There's been 5 highway robberies and 2 murders, and they've gotten within 5 miles of Stonefield Farm. We're forming a raiding party tonight, and we're going to go kick them the hell out. And we'll pay 50 gold for every left ear you can get. Meet at Westport Garrison at 7 p.m. Shouting it to the whole town square.
Okay, so it's
She's
like
not
an
saying it to you.
advertisement.
Yeah, it's like a recruitment thing.
Okay.
You just keep walking.
No, I want that goal. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up. I like money. I like money.
Well, that's good. Can you
Hello.
Can you swing that axe on your hip?
I can swing my axe very well, sir.
Well, meet at Westport Garrison tomorrow at 7 p.m. and we'll get you paid. As long as you think you can kill a
Tomorrow,
bandit.
7 p.m. We'll be there.
You know where Westport Garrison is?
No, sir.
So you go out the city and you go down to Goldshire and then you turn west and you follow the road until you see the garrison.
Righto.
You make the journey, the 7 miles to the east, until you start to see the Brackwell pumpkin patch come into view. It is a large gated farm. A big, like, sturdy gate goes all the way around it. Pretty much seems like it should keep all the wildlife inside, especially since in the center of the field you see an enclosure and it has 6 boars in it, and one of them is the giant boar princess. So
Okay.
it seems very unlikely that the boar can get out on its own.
This is intentional. It's obvious. So I'm not going to approach the farm yet. I'm gonna kind of stake it out, see like how many people are working there.
All right.
See, just kind of get a good idea. I'm also gonna carve a pumpkin while I'm hanging out.
You see the big boar and then 5 small boars, like way smaller. Like the big boar is like quadruple the size of these other boars. Inside of the pumpkin patch area, you see 4 like watchdogs just kind of like doing their own thing. And then you can see like 6 farm hands like walking around the field.
That's a
the
lot of
land.
security for one pig.
Well, they have a whole farm.
A lot of security for a whole farm.
It's a prize winning pig, princess.
Yeah, I can see that.
Probably get some pretty good money.